Hello there everybody, this is Graham, also known as the Collector75, and welcome back to another Transformers review. This one is going to be my Transformers Ruination sort of like compilation video with the Combaticons and all the different counterparts throughout all the years. Let's have a look, here we go. I'm going to bring Ruination straight on. This is a set, I was going to actually do a review of this set, but in the end I didn't see the point because I've reviewed these guys about twice now, and it just seemed a bit long-winded to go through all the figures again. But I've done about 2 or 3 now, so if you look back through my videos, I'm sure you can find them either under the Combaticons or Battle Gaia. But I'll come to them when I come to them, and I'll tell you which ones I reviewed. So if you want to check back through my videos, you're more than welcome. Right, so let's start with this. The Combaticons, this is what they were first known as back in the G1 days, and this is my Japanese gift set, D69. This is what they came in. Let me just see myself on my camera, make sure I'm alright. There we go. This is them, of course. These guys came in about 1986, I believe. In the West, or the US, or the UK. They didn't come in a gift set. I believe they came in a gift set in Italy, I think. But over here they didn't. So this is the only, other than Italy, Japan is the only other place where they came as a gift set. So this is the one I went for. Onslaught does have a little firing mechanism, so you can shoot a little car out, much like most of the City Transformers did. Yeah, pretty good. All come with their rub signs. These guys were later released in part of the Classics line in the UK about 1990, which all came in gold boxes. That was my actual first ever sort of like acquisition of the Combaticons at the time, because I never had them when I was a kid. A bit strange considering I do love all the vehicles, but I think I wanted all the Stunticons at the time, so I just stuck with those. So yeah, they were reissued in 1990 in gold boxes, but they came with all plastic parts and no rub signs whatsoever. But other than that, they were exactly the same. I actually sold them my set on eBay long ago. I'm going to put this lot down here. Actually, I'm going to show you the back of the box. It does have an alternate sort of like picture with Metroplex and Triptychon. Here we go. Yeah, I sold my set on eBay long ago and I got about £60 for them, which is pretty handy actually. Right, the next set that was released. Oh, pardon me. This is Battle Gaia. I mean, I've reviewed this set. This is one of my first reviews actually on YouTube, over a year ago now. Yeah, this is a very, very hard to find set called Battle Gaia. This comes from Operation Combiner in Japan. And they were all recoloured like Onslaught is blue. I think it was called just Trailer or something like that. My brother did do translations of most of the names. Like I think Brawl down there, as you can see, he's like a tan-coloured tank now, and he's called Sandstorm, I believe, or Storm or something like that. Very good, absolutely brilliant artwork on the front there. This is one of my fave sets. So this cost me £50 a while ago. If you're trying to find this now, this can cost you actually a lot of money. I couldn't tell you how much. It could be about 200 quid, could be more, I don't know. Depends on the condition. This one is almost in mint condition. When I bought this, the guy didn't include the stickers, but I managed to get them off him later, which was a bit handy. Right, we're going to put them down there. Right, now then, the next set, which were released. This set actually is about the most reissued sort of like combined set of them all. So we're going to start here. This, of course, was in Generation 2. They didn't do a gift set, they did do individual figures, but I do have all mine in the box. I do want to get a loose set, but just one of those things. If I ever do, I do. If I don't, I don't. Anyway, this is Onslaught in his G2 box. Nice and shiny now, try not to get it in the glint of light. He was recoloured into a yellow sort of like missile trailer with a sort of like purple camo on him. Not too bad, of course. There he is, at the back of his box with his tech specs. I'm going to put him down there. And then we come to some of the smaller figures. This is, of course, Blast Off. He is now a white space shuttle with purple camo. And there's Brawl in all green, well, neon green with purple camo. Much like the actual Generation 2 Megatron, which is pretty cool. Did like that, so you could have him as a mini G2 Megatron if you wanted to, back at the time. And then the final two, of course, were... who's this? This is Vortex, of course, and he is like a blue with purple camo. At least they had all the same colour camo, so when they're all combined, this is of course Swindle, when they're all combined into Bruticus, let me see if I can do you a picture of him there. They look very, very odd with all their neon bright colours. At least the camo did, I suppose, give them some sort of, I don't know, gelling together, if you will. Now then, after G2, well, during G2, I believe I picked this up a while ago. You've probably seen I did review this as well. This is my oversized Generation 2 Combaticons, which is absolutely huge. I did a review on that if you want to see that. I'm going to put the box over here, if I can manage it. And just to show you how big they are, I did have one out ready. This is the knockoff Brawl, because these were knockoff. I think they're Korean. Yeah, so this is Brawl. He's actually double sized. Let me see if I can just get Brawl. There he is. Getting a little size comparison with Brawl here in his box. There he is. Don't know if you can see him there. And then we have the knockoff on top. So there we go. As you can see, it's absolutely double sized. And apart from a few minor flaws, they're actually really good. I managed to tighten up loads of the joints, drilled out a few holes, so at least Brawl can now hold his weapon, if you will. Yeah, so actually pretty good. I paid £150 for those. Some people might say a little bit too much, but I love them, so that's all that matters. Right, and after G2, of course, we have Beast Wars, and not many Transformers got released during that period. Well, vehicle Transformers anyway. So then we moved on to car robots in Japan. This came out in the year 2000, and this is of course the first time he was known as Ruination, but in Japan I think it's called Valdigus or Baldigus, I can't remember exactly which. But this is the gift set that he came in. They did come in individual figures as well, but I just went for the gift set because it was easier to keep really instead of all the little figures. As you can see, they computer generated artwork for the big guy there in the background and all the little figures in the front. Now then, these were released, of course, for Robots in Disguise, which was the American equivalent. I'm going to keep this handy just so I can show you the colour differences, because these did slightly have some different colours. Here we go. Oh, pardon me, get burping. This is Mega Octane. This is his US release, of course. As you can see there, it's like a dark green colour. And now then, here we go. I don't know if you can see him there. And he's much the same colour. So there we go. Not much difference for him. Apart from the fact this guy came with a Decepticon sign, because these guys are, of course, anti-Autobots, and they're not Decepticons. Because these guys came with upside down black G2 Autobot logos. I don't know if you're going to be able to notice that. Just there. Like that. So that was pretty cool. Right, so now who we go on to now? I can never remember these names. This is Movar. He is a white space shuttle, much like the same. He has purple windows there, and this guy just has, what's that, silver windows. Other than that, he still has like the colour fading on him and everything. Much the same. I think the biggest difference is, of course, Brawl. We'll have a look at him in a minute. This is, of course, Rotor, a bit of a shit name there, for Vortex, but there he is, much the same colour. Put him down. And then we'll go for Swindle or Roll Bar. Yeah, as you can see, the roll bar on the Japanese version is just green, whereas this guy has been given a bit of colour fading on the front there, just to make it look a bit weathered and what have you. Pretty good. And then, of course, Armour Hide, which is, of course, Brawl, is now a nice sort of like blue colour with sort of like Arctic, I don't know, camo on him maybe. Whereas this guy is more desert coloured. So there we go. That's Robot. So that was the main differences between these guys. I'm going to put them down there if I can find room. Now then, who do we come to next? Now then, Robots in Disguise did do a few variations. They released this gift set, which is the Arctic Camo version, or variant. And they all came with this nice sort of like white, black and grey camouflage on them, giving them all a unified colour. So when they're all combined, this is a bit of a dodgy shot on the back there of Bruticus or Ruination. So at least they all look the same colour now. This is probably one of the harder sets to find, because this one cost me 40 quid, or was it £60? But I managed to find it on eBay. You can still find them, but it was one of the harder ones to get at the time. This came in, as you can see, this is around the time when it was in the transitional period to Armada, because it came in like an Armada style box, but with still the Robots in Disguise. That one, it took me ages to find a decent version of that. I can't remember if I got it from America or over here, one of the two, I can't remember. Anyway, the next one was for Transformers Universe. This one is the Tiger Stripe camo. Well, they all came in sort of like a desert style camouflage. Pretty good. They are absolutely loads of mistakes though on the back of this box. As you can see, up here we got this fella, Armour Hide. He's got Brawl's robot mode, but then Swindle's alternate mode. It was actually the same on this one as well. This one's even worse, I believe, because he's mistransformed there at the legs. It just looks awful, really. This guy even still had the anti-Autobot logo just on him now. I don't know if his camera's going to pick it out too well, but he had the anti-Autobot logo from Car Robots on him there. That's it. I don't know if you can still find this one. I found it quite easy at the time. I managed to get this one easier than I did the Arctic camo. But there we go, that's those. Who we got left now then? We have left now the Energon. Now then, Energon, or Superlink as I think it was called in Japan, decided to use the name but give them new forms. This is the forms it gave them. Now and then, I've never actually transformed these. I'm going to transform these because I want to do a review on these. And it does look pretty cool, apart from the hands and the feet, which look rather terrible. But yeah, it gave them all new forms. Unfortunately, though, they do use two of the same limbs. You've got two helicopters and two tanks, which is a bit of a cop-out. But there we go. This is the back of the box, so it shows you all the different ways that they can combine. Much in the same way as the old they could before, where you could swap the limbs around and everything. Now then, this guy was actually recoloured and called Bruticus Maximus in the US. He did get an Energon release, of course. I don't have any of those ones because I just couldn't be bothered to buy them. I did have a gift set and they were exactly the same. But then a year or two ago, they released in the universe as Bruticus Maximus again, recoloured. And I believe they've just been released again for Revenge of the Fallen. Don't know if they've been recoloured or not. But then, if I see them over here and they're cheap, I might get them. If not, I'm not too bothered because I do have this one, which is almost exactly the same. So I'm not going to keep getting the same version of that one. I probably should, to be honest. Right, now then, as I said, I did try and get every single variant. So I managed to get this guy, which is Universe Onslaught, where he comes in this sort of like, whatever you want to call it, armoured personnel carrier thing, whatever it is. Which is pretty good. I haven't never opened that either, which I might do, because I need to make some room up in my loft, so I might have to get rid of some of these boxes, which is a bit annoying. And then, of course, we have Animated Swindle, which is probably one of the best animated figures. I do like this guy. Just for his robot mode. His robot mode is fantastic. It just looks so much like Swindle. It is unbelievable. So there we go. There's Animated Swindle. And, of course, from the first movie, we have Brawl, even though he was known as Devastator in that film. But the toys, of course, were all called Brawl. And it was a bit obvious it was modelled after the Combaticon Brawl. Pretty good. Now, I do like this. I've never transformed this because I've heard it's a bit of a pain. It's easily breakable, so I might transform it. Goes for about 20 quid off eBay, so I won't be bothered. The only ones I didn't get was the tan recolour, the Deep Desert Brawl, and the Deep Desert Brawl of the smaller version. This is, of course, the Ultra class, or the Leader class version. I do have the deluxe class of this colour toy, but it's up in the loft somewhere. But I wanted to show this one because he does look better. And of course he comes with all the electrics. Now then, what ones make the noise? There we go. Tap him on the front. There we go, and he lights up and everything. And then you move these guns on top. And there we go, he makes a load of noise. Yeah, I might transform this guy one day. But yeah, so this has been my Combaticons Ruination compilation video, just showing all the different versions that there are of them out there. I was thinking of transforming them, but like I said, it would just taking a bit too much time up there. But you can expect a review on this guy, because I've opened the box up with them already. And I want to do one. So, yes. Anyone else? I might, if I can be bothered at some point in the future, I might just do a review of them. But I don't know yet. Anyway, this has been Graham, Collector75. Hope you like this video. And I shall see you all next time. Bye for now.